Good evening, my dear witches, wizards, and magical friends. Welcome to a gentle, cozy journey through the halls of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Tonight, we're embarking on a soothing tour of a single day in the life of a Hogwarts student, from the soft glow of dawn in your common room to the quiet embrace of your dormitory under a starlit sky. So, find a comfortable spot, perhaps a plush armchair or a pile of pillows. Wrap yourself in a warm blanket. Maybe sip a mug of steaming hot cocoa, or imagine a frothy butterbeer, and let the worries of the day slip away like mist over the black lake. Close your eyes, if you'd like, and picture the ancient stone walls of Hogwarts, their surfaces cool to the touch, glowing faintly with the magic woven into every brick. Let's wander together, step by step, through a world where enchantment hums in the air, where portraits whisper secrets, and where every corner holds a spark of wonder. Hogwarts is more than a school. It's a home, a haven, a place where young witches and wizards discover who they are and what they're capable of. Its towers stretch toward the heavens. Its corridors twist like the roots of an ancient tree, and its very walls seem to breathe with centuries of stories. Tonight, we'll live a day within those walls, feeling the rhythm of a student's life, the chatter of breakfast in the great hall, the hum of spells in a charms classroom, the rustle of leaves in the courtyard, the flicker of candlelight in the library, and the soft creak of a four-poster bed as the castle settles into silence. This isn't a tale of grand adventures or dark dangers, no battles with dark wizards or quests for hidden artifacts. Instead, it's a gentle exploration of the everyday magic that makes Hogwarts so special, the kind of magic that lingers in the scent of fresh parchment, the warmth of a house elf's cooking, or the laughter of friends at a house table. It's the kind of story that invites you to curl up, relax, and perhaps drift into dreams as we wander. Imagine standing before the great oak doors of Hogwarts, their iron hinges gleaming in the early morning light. The castle looms above, its turrets piercing the clouds, its windows glinting like 1,000 eyes. Beyond those doors lies a world hidden from Muggle eyes, protected by enchantments so powerful that no map can mark its place. As we push the doors open, hear the soft creak of ancient wood, feel the rush of cool air scented with stone and magic. You step into the entrance hall. The flagstone floor is smooth under your feet, worn by generations of students. Torches flicker along the walls, casting dancing shadows, and above, the ceiling soars into darkness. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the faint echo of footsteps, perhaps a student hurrying to breakfast, or a portrait muttering to itself. This is where our day begins, in a castle that feels alive, its magic wrapping around you like a warm cloak. For those who've joined us before, perhaps in tales of the wizarding world's deeper lore or the histories of its founders, this journey will feel like coming home. If you're new to these halls, welcome. You're about to discover the heartbeat of Hogwarts, the quiet moments that make it unforgettable. We've crafted this tale from the pages of the Harry Potter books, from the rich details of Pottermore, and from the countless whispers of the wizarding world's canon. Every moment we share is rooted in the magic J.K. Rowling created, with a touch of imagination to bring it to life in a way that soothes and comforts. If you find yourself enchanted by these stories and want to support more evenings like this, there's a link below to a Patreon where you can help keep the magic alive. But for now, let's set aside any thoughts of the outside world. Leave your transfiguration homework on the desk, let your wand rest in its holster, and step fully into Hogwarts. Picture yourself as a student, your robes crisp and new, the crest of your house, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin, stitched proudly on your chest. Each house has its own spirit, its own corner of the castle to call home. In Gryffindor Tower, a fire crackles in the hearth, its warmth chasing away the morning chill. Ravenclaw's airy tower glimmers with starlight, even at dawn, as books rustle softly on their shelves. Hufflepuff's cozy common room, tucked near the kitchens, smells of fresh earth and blooming plants, its round windows spilling golden light. Slytherin's dungeon hideaway glows with the greenish tint of the Black Lake, the sound of water lapping gently against the walls. Wherever you belong, imagine waking in that space, the familiar comfort of your house wrapping around you like a hug. The air is filled with the soft murmurs of your housemates, the rustle of robes, the clink of a goblet set on a table. It's a new day, full of possibility, and the castle is ready to guide you through it. As we begin, let's pause to breathe in the magic of this moment. Feel the weight of your wand in your pocket, its wood warm from your touch, perhaps made of holly, willow, or ebony, with a core of phoenix feather or unicorn hair. Hear the distant chime of a clock tower, marking the start of the day. Smell the faint sweetness of pumpkin juice drifting from the great hall where breakfast awaits. This journey will take us through every part of a Hogwarts day, the bustling feasts where plates magically refill, the classrooms where spells spark and potions simmer, the quiet courtyards where friendships bloom, and the library where knowledge whispers from ancient tomes. We'll wander corridors that shift and surprise, past portraits that nod or scold, and end our day tucked into a dormitory bed, the castle singing you to sleep. In the Harry Potter books, we see Hogwarts through Harry, Ron, and Hermione's eyes, moments of wonder, like their first glimpse of the enchanted, sealing or quieter times, like late-night talks in the Gryffindor dormitory. We'll draw on those moments, weaving them into a tapestry of daily life that feels both familiar and fresh. You might imagine yourself at Harry's side, laughing at Ron's complaints about homework, or joining Hermione in the library, her quill scratching furiously. Or perhaps you're a student from another house with your own story to tell. Wherever you fit in, this tale is yours to live, to sink into, to let carry you away. The castle is vast, its secrets endless. But tonight, we're here for the simple joys, the warmth of a meal, the thrill of a spell well cast, the peace of a moment alone with a book. let's take one more moment to settle in. Picture the light filtering through a high window, casting patterns on the stone floor. Hear the soft coo of an owl in the distance, perhaps delivering a letter from home. Feel the gentle hum of magic all around you, like a lullaby woven into the air. This is Hogwarts, a place where every day is a new spell, every hour a chance to discover something extraordinary. As we step forward, let the castle guide us, its ancient stones whispering welcome. Our first stop is just ahead, in the cozy heart of your common room, where the day begins with warmth and camaraderie. So, take a deep breath, let your shoulders relax, and come with me as we start our day at Hogwarts, wrapped in the magic of a world that feels like home. As the first light of dawn creeps over the Hogwarts grounds, painting the castle's towers in soft shades of gold and pink, let's step into the heart of your home within these ancient walls, your house common room. Whether you're a Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin, this is where your day begins, wrapped in the warmth and familiarity of your house's unique spirit. So, picture yourself stirring gently from sleep, the world outside your window still quiet, the air filled with the promise of a new day. Feel the softness of your blanket, the faint creak of your four-poster bed as you shift, and the subtle hum of magic that seems to linger in every corner of Hogwarts. Let's wander into each common room, one by one, and soak in the cozy details that make waking here so special. Close your eyes, if you haven't already, and let the castle's embrace guide you into this moment. First, imagine you're a Gryffindor, waking in the tower that crowns the castle's western side. The Gryffindor common room is a haven of warmth, its circular space glowing with the light of a crackling fire that never seems to die, no matter the hour. The hearth is massive, its flames dancing across logs that pop and hiss softly, casting flickering shadows on the stone walls. Above, heavy scarlet tapestries embroidered with golden lions sway gently, as if stirred by an invisible breeze. The air smells faintly of wood smoke and polished oak, mingled with the sweet tang of ink from scattered parchment. Plush armchairs and sofas, worn soft by generations of students, are clustered around low tables littered with quills, half-finished essays, and the occasional chocolate frog wrapper. The windows, tall and arched, frame views of the misty Hogwarts grounds, where the forbidden forest looms in the distance. As you rise, you hear the soft snoring of a housemate still curled in an armchair, a book open on their lap, and the faint grumble of the fat lady's portrait outside the entrance, complaining about an early riser who forgot the password. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter himself marveled at this room's coziness when he first arrived, its warmth chasing away the chill of his years at Privet Drive. Imagine sinking your feet into the thick rug, feeling its fibers beneath your toes, and hearing the distant hoot of an owl returning to the owlery. This is Gryffindor, bold, brave, and endlessly welcoming. Now, let's drift to Ravenclaw Tower, high above the castle, where the air feels lighter, almost sparkling with possibility. The Ravenclaw common room is an airy, circular chamber, its domed ceiling painted with stars that shimmer even in daylight, as if reflecting the night sky. To enter, you answered a riddle posed by the bronze eagle knocker. Perhaps something like, what has keys but can't open locks? A piano, of course. Inside, the room is a sanctuary of intellect and beauty, with bookshelves stretching to the ceiling, their volumes rustling softly as if eager to share their secrets. The walls are draped in blue and bronze silks, catching the morning light that pours through wide windows overlooking the mountains. The air carries the crisp scent of old parchment and lavender, perhaps from a charm to keep the room fresh. Tables are scattered with star charts, enchanted quills that write on their own, and delicate models of planets orbiting in midair. You might hear a soft hum as a student practices a charm, or the faint scratch of a quill as someone jots down a brilliant idea. In Deathly Hallows, we learn from Luna Lovegood that Ravenclaws prize wit and curiosity, and this room feels alive with both. Picture yourself standing by a window, the cool glass against your fingertips, watching mist swirl over the distant peaks. The quiet here is different, not heavy, but light, like the pause before a clever thought. Which riddle would you hope to answer to slip inside this tower? Next, we descend to the Hufflepuff common room, tucked near the Hogwarts kitchens in a cozy, burrow-like space that feels like an embrace from the earth itself. To enter, you tap a specific barrel in a rhythm known only to Hufflepuffs, avoiding the vinegar spray of a wrong choice. Inside, the room is warm and rounded, with low ceilings and walls of smooth, honey-colored stone. Potted plants line every surface, their leaves swaying gently, some glowing faintly with magical luminescence. Circular windows let in golden sunlight, dappling the floor with patterns that shift like leaves in a forest. The air smells of fresh soil, blooming flowers, and a hint of baking bread from the nearby kitchens. Overstuffed yellow armchairs and sofas, patched with love, invite you to sink in, while tables hold trays of biscuits left by thoughtful housemates. You might hear the soft hum of a student watering a plant, or the laughter of friends planning a visit to Hogsmeade. Pottermore tells us Hufflepuff's common room is the coziest of all, a reflection of the house's loyalty and kindness. Imagine curling up in a chair, the warmth of the room wrapping around you like a hug, the faint creak of a rocking chair in the corner lulling you into peace. What plant would you tend in this earthy haven? Finally, let's slip into the Slytherin common room, hidden deep beneath the Black Lake in the castle's dungeons. The entrance, concealed behind a stone wall, opens with a whispered password, revealing a long, low chamber with a greenish glow from the lake's light filtering through high, arched windows. The walls are carved with serpentine motifs, their silver and green tapestries shimmering like scales. The air is cool, carrying the faint, briny scent of lake water and the polish of dark wood furniture. A massive fireplace, its flames tinged green, casts a soft light across leather armchairs and sleek tables inlaid with silver. You might hear the gentle lapping of water against the windows, where shadows of fish or even a curious merperson drift by. In Chamber of Secrets, Harry and Ron glimpse this room while disguised as Crabbe and Goyle, noting its elegance and mystery. Students lounge here, some plotting Quidditch strategies, others flipping through advanced spellbooks. Picture yourself standing by a window, watching the lake's currents swirl, the cool air brushing your skin. The quiet here is profound, like the stillness of deep water, inviting ambition and reflection. What password would you whisper to enter this secretive space? In each common room, the morning unfolds with a gentle rhythm. Picture students stirring, some yawning as they pull on their black robes, others laughing over a shared joke or comparing timetables scribbled on parchment. A Gryffindor might be tying their scarlet and gold tie, grinning about a Quidditch match. A Ravenclaw could be puzzling over a new riddle, their wand tucked behind their ear. A Hufflepuff might offer a friend a spare quill, their smile warm as the sunlight. A Slytherin could be polishing their prefect badge, eyes sharp with plans for the day. The air hums with small enchantments, self-making beds, charmed mirrors offering compliments, or enchanted clocks chiming softly to signal breakfast. In Prisoner of Azkaban, we see Ron grumbling about early mornings, while Hermione's already packed her bag with books. These moments, small and human, are the heartbeat of Hogwarts, grounding the magic in something familiar and comforting. Feel the texture of your robes as you slip them on, the fabric soft from years of wear, the house crest a point of pride. Hear the rustle of parchment as you check your schedule, perhaps charms first or potions in the dungeons. Smell the faint sweetness of pumpkin pasties left from a late night study session. Each common room is a world unto itself, yet all are bound by the castle's magic, a shared home for every student. As you step toward the exit, whether it's the fat lady's portrait, the eagle knocker, the barrel door, or the stone wall, imagine the anticipation of the day ahead. The great hall awaits, its tables laden with breakfast, its ceiling reflecting the dawn. Let's leave the warmth of the common room behind, carrying its comfort with us as we step into the bustling heart of Hogwarts. The castle is waking, and so are we, ready to savor every moment of this magical day. As we step out from the cozy embrace of your common room, whether it's the fiery warmth of Gryffindor, the airy brilliance of Ravenclaw, the earthy comfort of Hufflepuff, or the sleek mystery of Slytherin, let's follow the soft hum of voices and the faint clink of cutlery drawing us toward the heart of Hogwarts, the Great Hall. The morning is still young, the castle stirring gently, its ancient stones bathed in the golden light of dawn. Picture yourself walking through the entrance hall, your robes brushing against the smooth flagstone floor, the air cool and faintly scented with the wax of flickering torches. The massive oak doors to the great hall stand open, revealing a scene so warm, so alive, that it feels like stepping into a hug. Tonight, we're settling into this moment, this feast for the senses, where the magic of Hogwarts wraps around you like a soft blanket. So, take a deep breath, let your shoulders relax, and imagine the glow of candlelight, the aroma of fresh baked bread, and the chatter of friends as we join the students for breakfast. Close your eyes, if you'd like, and let the Great Hall welcome you. The Great Hall is a marvel, a cavernous space that feels both grand and intimate. As you cross the threshold, feel the shift from the cool stone of the entrance hall to the polished wooden floor beneath your feet, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Above, the enchanted ceiling stretches endlessly, reflecting the morning sky, a soft wash of pink and gold, with wisps of clouds drifting lazily, as if the heavens themselves are watching over the meal. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter gazed up at this ceiling in awe, marveling at its magic when he first arrived at Hogwarts, and you can almost feel that same wonder now. The walls are lined with tall, arched windows, their stained glass casting colorful patterns across the 4 long house tables: Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin, each bustling with students. At the far end, the staff table sits on a raised platform where professors sip coffee or murmur over the daily prophet, their robes a patchwork of colors against the stone backdrop. Let's find a seat at your house table, wherever you feel at home. Picture sliding onto a bench, the wood warm from the morning's use, the table before you gleaming with golden plates and goblets that shimmer in the candlelight. Hundreds of candles float above, their flames steady and golden, casting a soft glow that dances across the faces of your housemates. The air is alive with the sounds of breakfast, the clink of spoons against bowls, the soft scrape of knives spreading butter, the low hum of conversation punctuated by laughter. There's a rhythm to it, a comforting cadence that feels like the heartbeat of Hogwarts. Smell the rich, savory aroma of sizzling bacon, the sweet warmth of porridge laced with honey, the buttery tang of freshly baked toast. The tables are laden with platters that seem to refill themselves, a quiet magic worked by the house elves, toiling unseen in the kitchens below. In Chamber of Secrets, Ron dives into his breakfast with gusto, piling his plate with sausages, and you can imagine doing the same. The warmth of the food grounding you in this moment. The spread before you is a feast in every sense. There's creamy porridge, steaming in silver bowls, with little pots of jam and treacle to swirl in. Stacks of toast, golden and crisp, sit beside dishes of scrambled eggs, fluffy and speckled with herbs. Rashers of bacon sizzle gently, their edges curled next to piles of sausages, some bursting with magical flavors, perhaps a hint of fizzing whizbee or a spark of pepper imp. Pitchers of chilled pumpkin juice glow orange in their goblets, their sweet, earthy taste a Hogwarts staple, while pots of tea and coffee steam softly, filling the air with warmth. For those with a sweet tooth, there are trays of pastries, pumpkin pasties with their flaky crusts, warm scones with clotted cream, and even the occasional chocolate frog, its wrapper crinkling as it hops out of reach. Pottermore tells us that house elves craft these meals with care, their magic ensuring every bite is perfect. Imagine reaching for a slice of toast, the butter melting under your knife, the crunch as you take a bite, the flavor bursting on your tongue. What would you choose from this magical spread? As you settle in, the hall buzzes with the energy of a new day. At the Gryffindor table, students are laughing over a story, perhaps about a Quidditch practice gone wrong, while someone passes a jug of pumpkin juice, splashing a bit on the tablecloth. In Goblet of Fire, we see Harry and his friends sharing moments like these, their banter a constant thread through their Hogwarts days. At Ravenclaw, a group debates a charms theory, their voices soft but animated, while another student sketches a star chart on a napkin. Hufflepuffs share plates of scones, their table a hub of warmth, with one student offering a spare quill to a friend who's misplaced theirs. Slytherins sit with a touch of elegance, some whispering about prefect duties or eyeing the house point hourglasses near the staff table, their gems glinting ruby, sapphire, emerald, and topaz. The hourglasses, massive and gleaming, track the points that fuel friendly rivalries, a detail from Philosopher's Stone that adds a spark of competition to the morning. Above the chatter, the soft hoot of owls signals the arrival of the morning post. Picture them swooping through the open windows, their wings rustling as they deliver letters, parcels, and copies of the Daily Prophet. An owl lands near you, dropping a letter sealed with wax, perhaps a note from home or a subscription to Witch Weekly. The sound of tearing parchment fills the air, mingling with gasps as students read news or unwrap sweets sent by family. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry waits anxiously for news via owl, and you can feel that same flutter of anticipation now. Imagine the soft brush of feathers as an owl takes off, the faint scent of parchment lingering. The owls add a layer of magic to the meal, their presence a reminder of the world beyond Hogwarts, yet the hall feels like its own universe, safe and vibrant. The professors at the staff table add their own quiet presence. Picture Professor Dumbledore, his silver beard catching the light, sipping tea with a twinkle in his eye, perhaps chuckling at a joke from Professor Flitwick, whose small stature belies his charm mastery. Professor McGonagall, stern but kind, scans the hall with a sharp gaze, her tartan robes crisp. Professor Sprout might be nibbling a scone, crumbs dusting her earthy robes, while Professor Snape, ever watchful, sips black coffee, his dark eyes narrowing at a too loud laugh. These glimpses, drawn from the books, ground the scene in familiarity, making the hall feel alive. The house elves' magic ensures no plate is empty, no goblet dry, their invisible hands a quiet hum beneath the feast. I wonder what it must be like to work such magic unseen. Would you thank a house elf if you could? As you savor your meal, let the sensory details wrap around you. Hear the gentle clink of a goblet set down, the soft murmur of a spell practiced under the table, the rustle of a Daily Prophet page turning. Feel the warmth of the bench beneath you, the smooth rim of a goblet in your hand. Smell the mingle of bacon, tea, and the faint ozone of magic in the air. The Great Hall is a place of connection, where rivalries soften over shared food, where friendships deepen with every laugh. It's a moment to breathe, to feel part of something larger, yet deeply personal. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry finds a family here, and you can imagine that too, your place at the table, your voice in the chatter. As breakfast winds down, students begin to gather their bags, the clatter of plates fading as house elves whisk them away. The enchanted ceiling shifts to a brighter blue, signaling the morning's progress. Let's linger just a moment longer, savoring the last sip of pumpkin juice, the final bite of a pastry. The day is calling, with classes waiting in enchanted rooms and corridors that shift like puzzles. Picture yourself rising from the table, your robe swishing, your heart full from the meal and the company. We'll step out of the great hall soon, into the winding paths of Hogwarts, where lessons and magic await. For now, let the warmth of this moment settle into your bones, carrying you gently forward into the day. With the warmth of breakfast still lingering in your heart, the taste of pumpkin juice fresh on your tongue, let's leave the bustling great hall behind and step into the winding corridors of Hogwarts, where the morning's classes await. The castle is alive now, its halls filled with the soft patter of footsteps, the murmur of students comparing schedules, and the faint hum of magic that seems to pulse through the very stones. Picture your robes swishing around you, the weight of your wand tucked in your pocket, its wood, perhaps willow or holly, warm against your fingers. The air carries the scent of old parchment and polished wood, with a hint of ozone from spells cast in distant rooms. As we climb a moving staircase, its steps creaking softly, we're heading to two of Hogwarts's most beloved classes, Charms and Transfiguration. These lessons, taught by masters of their craft, are where magic comes alive, where wands spark and possibilities unfold. So, settle into this moment. Let the rhythm of the castle guide you, and imagine stepping into a classroom where every spell is a whisper of wonder. Close your eyes if you'd like, and let's begin. First, we enter the Charms classroom, high in one of Hogwarts' towers, where Professor Phileas Flitwick awaits. The door creaks open, revealing a bright, airy room bathed in morning light streaming through tall, arched windows. The walls are lined with shelves of spellbooks, their leather bindings worn but glowing faintly, as if eager to share their secrets. A massive chalkboard scribbles itself at the front, its chalk clicking softly as it sketches diagrams of wand movements. Wooden desks, polished to a sheen, are arranged in neat rows, each scattered with quills, inkwells, and bits of parchment. The air smells of fresh ink and a faint floral note, perhaps a charm Flitwick cast to keep the room pleasant. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry and his classmates first practiced Wingardium Leviosa here, and you can feel that same excitement now. Picture yourself sliding into a seat, the wood smooth under your hands, as Flitwick, small with a shock of white hair, stands atop a stack of books at the front, his voice warm and encouraging. Today's lesson is on Wingardium Leviosa, the levitation charm. Flitwick's high, gentle voice guides the class, explaining the precise wand movement, a swish and flick, and the incantation's clear pronunciation. Win gar diem levi osa. Hear the soft rustle of students practicing under their breath, their wands tracing arcs in the air. Feathers, one on each desk, quiver as spells are cast, some floating gracefully, others wobbling or bursting into sparks. The room hums with small magic, a symphony of whispers and faint pops. Imagine holding your wand, its weight familiar, and trying the spell yourself. Feel the tingle of magic as your feather lifts, hovering like a leaf caught in a breeze. In Chamber of Secrets, Ron's broken wand sent his feather into chaos, and you might smile, imagining a similar mishap nearby. A feather drifting too high, brushing the ceiling. The sound of Flitwick's delighted chuckle, praising a successful spell, wraps the room in warmth. What charm would you most want to master in this bright, hopeful space? As the charms lesson ends, we gather our things, the soft clink of an inkwell, the rustle of parchment folding into your bag, and step back into the corridor. The staircase shifts beneath us, guiding us to a lower floor where the Transfiguration classroom awaits, presided over by the formidable yet fair Professor Minerva McGonagall. The door opens to a sterner, more orderly room, its high ceiling supported by stone arches, its windows letting in a cooler light. The desks are pristine, each with a single quill and a small brass scale for precision. A blackboard at the front displays a diagram of a teacup transforming into a mouse, its lines drawn with McGonagall's exacting hand. The air smells faintly of chalk dust and polished wood, with a hint of something sharper, perhaps the residue of a transformation gone awry. In Philosopher's Stone, McGonagall stunned her class by turning her desk into a pig, and you can sense that same authority now as she enters, her emerald robes crisp, her bun tight, her eyes sharp but kind. Today's lesson is on turning teacups into mice, a classic Transfiguration challenge. McGonagall's voice is firm but patient, explaining the need for focus, the wand movement a steady jab, the incantation precise. Picture the teacup before you, its porcelain gleaming, its handle delicate. As you cast the spell, feel the magic flow through your wand, the teacup shimmering, its edges softening into fur, a tail sprouting, tiny whiskers twitching. Some students succeed, their mice scampering across desks with soft squeaks. Others produce teacups with tails or mice with saucer-like ears, earning a raised eyebrow from McGonagall. In Prisoner of Azkaban, her animagus form, a tabby cat, hinted at her mastery, and you can imagine her demonstrating now, her wand a blur as a teacup becomes a perfect mouse. The room is quiet, save for the soft scratch of quills as students take notes and the occasional squeak of a transformed creature. Feel the smooth desk under your fingers. Hear the faint creak of the floor as McGonagall paces, her presence both daunting and inspiring. Both classrooms share a magic that's uniquely Hogwarts, charms with its light, playful energy, transfiguration with its disciplined precision. The sounds weave together, the whisper of incantations, the tap of wands on desks, the rustle of robes as students shift. The light shifts too, slanting through windows to warm the stone walls, casting patterns that feel alive. Pottermore tells us Flitwick was a dueling champion in his youth, his small stature hiding a fierce talent, while McGonagall's strictness masks a deep care for her students, seen in Order of the Phoenix when she defies Umbridge. These teachers shape not just spells, but lives, their lessons lingering long after class ends. Imagine pausing to jot down a note, the quill's nib gliding over parchment, or whispering a question to a friend, their smile encouraging. What would it feel like to cast your first perfect spell here as the bell chimes softly, enchanted to sound like a distant harp? We gather our books, the weight of knowledge comforting in our arms. The corridor calls, its moving staircases ready to carry us to the next part of our day. Let's linger a moment, savoring the spark of magic in these rooms, the promise of more lessons to come. The castle is alive with possibility, and we're only just beginning. As the soft chime of the classroom bell fades, like the gentle strum of a distant harp, we step out from the charms and transfiguration classrooms, our minds still buzzing with the spark of spells and the weight of new knowledge. The air in the corridor feels cooler now, a refreshing contrast to the warmth of the great hall and the focused energy of lessons. Picture your robes swishing softly around you, the faint rustle of fabric blending with the patter of your footsteps on the stone floor. Your wand is tucked safely in your pocket, its wood, perhaps oak or cedar, warm against your fingers, a quiet reminder of the magic within you. The corridors of Hogwarts stretch before us, a labyrinth of stone and secrets, alive with the castle's own rhythm, its heartbeat echoing in every archway and shadow. Let's wander these halls together, letting the castle guide us through its twists and turns, its surprises and whispers. Settle into this moment, let the world beyond fade, and imagine the gentle creak of a moving staircase or the murmur of a portrait as we explore. Close your eyes, if you'd like, and let Hogwarts lead the way. The corridors of Hogwarts are no ordinary hallways. They're a living, breathing part of the castle, enchanted to shift and surprise, to challenge and protect. As you step out, feel the cool, smooth stone beneath your feet, worn glossy by centuries of students. The walls are lined with torches, their flames flickering in bronze sconces, casting golden pools of light that dance across tapestries and suits of armor. The air smells faintly of ancient stone, beeswax from polished banisters, and a hint of ozone, as if a spell was cast just out of sight. In Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry, Ron, and Hermione relied on the Marauder's map to navigate these halls, and you can almost feel that same sense of discovery now, as if every corner holds a secret waiting to be found. The castle seems to know where you need to go, its staircases shifting with a low groan, guiding you toward your next class or a hidden shortcut. Imagine running your fingers along the wall, feeling the faint hum of magic woven into the stones, like a pulse beneath your touch. Picture climbing one of the grand staircase's many flights, its steps creaking softly, the banisters gleaming under your hand. The staircases move with a mind of their own, swinging gently to connect new landings, their motion smooth but startling if you're not paying attention. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry learned to watch for trick steps. One wrong move and your foot might sink into a stair, leaving you giggling or grumbling as you pull free. Hear the soft shuffle of other students around you, some hurrying to class, others lingering to chat, their voices a low hum that blends with the castle's sounds. A Ravenclaw might be muttering a spell to fix a torn bag, a Slytherin adjusting their prefect badge with a practiced flick. The corridor feels alive, not just with people, but with the castle itself, its magic a constant, comforting presence. As we turn a corner, a tapestry catches your eye, a faded scene of unicorns grazing in a moonlit forest, their threads shimmering faintly, as if enchanted to glow. Behind it, you might glimpse a hidden passage, one of the many shortcuts Fred and George Weasley mastered in Goblet of Fire. Imagine ducking behind the tapestry, the fabric soft and heavy, the air cooler in the narrow tunnel beyond. The passage smells of dust and old magic, its walls rougher, untouched by the polish of the main halls. Pottermore tells us these shortcuts were used by the marauders to evade Filch, the caretaker, and you can almost hear his cat, Mrs. Norris, prowling nearby, her soft paws silent, but her eyes glinting in the dark. Would you dare explore such a passage? Or would you stick to the brighter, busier corridors? Portraits line the walls, their occupants watching with curiosity or offering unsolicited advice. A knight in a gilded frame might call out, "Mind your step, young wizard," while a group of witches in a painting gossip about a long-ago Quidditch match. In Chamber of Secrets, the fat lady's portrait guards Gryffindor Tower, but here, countless others add to the castle's charm. Picture pausing before a portrait of a kindly old wizard, his beard long and white, who winks and whispers a tip about a shortcut to the potions dungeon. The frame creaks as he leans forward, the sound soft and rhythmic, like a lullaby. The portraits are more than decoration. They're part of Hogwarts history, their voices a tapestry of stories stretching back centuries. Imagine what tale you'd ask one to tell if you could linger a moment longer. Not all the corridor's inhabitants are so friendly. Peeves, the poltergeist, a mischievous spirit from Order of the Phoenix, might swoop overhead, cackling as he juggles flaming torches or drops a water balloon. Hear the faint whoosh of his flight, the splash of water hitting the floor, followed by a student's exasperated laugh. Peeves is chaos incarnate, but even his pranks feel like part of the castle's charm, a reminder that Hogwarts is never dull. The suits of armor, standing sentinel at intervals, occasionally shift with a metallic clank, as if stretching after a long watch. In Philosopher's Stone, they sing carols at Christmas, and you can imagine them now, their visors glinting, perhaps humming a faint tune. The corridor is a world of its own, each sound and sight weaving a spell that draws you deeper into Hogwarts. Sensory details surround you as we wander. Feel the cool air brushing your face, carrying the scent of wax and stone. Hear the echo of footsteps, the creak of a staircase, the murmur of voices fading around a bend. See the light shift as clouds pass over the enchanted ceiling far above, casting fleeting shadows. The castle feels alive, its corridors a maze that's both familiar and new, guiding you with a gentle nudge or a playful twist. In Half-Blood Prince, Harry navigates these halls under his invisibility cloak, and you can imagine that same thrill now, the sense that anything could happen. What secret would you hope to uncover in these winding paths? As we near the end of our wander, the corridor opens to a wider hall, sunlight streaming through a window to warm the stone. The next class awaits, perhaps potions in the dungeons or herbology in the greenhouses. But for now, let's pause, soaking in the castle's heartbeat. The corridors are more than a path. They're a journey, a space where magic lingers in every step. Picture standing still, your hand resting on a banister, the wood smooth and warm. Hear the distant chime of a clock, signaling the morning's progress. We're ready to step into the next part of our day, carried by the castle's rhythm, its magic, a quiet song in our hearts. As we step out from the winding corridors of Hogwarts, the castle's heartbeat still echoing in our ears, the morning's classes fade into a gentle hum of memory. The air grows warmer now, carrying the faint scent of fresh grass and baked bread, drawing us back toward the heart of the school. Your robes swish softly, the fabric brushing your legs, and your bag, weighted with books and quills, rests lightly on your shoulder. The sun is higher now, its light spilling through arched windows, casting golden patterns across the stone floors. It's time for lunch, a moment to pause, to breathe, to share laughter and stories with friends. We'll linger first in the great hall, where the tables are laden with a lighter, yet no less magical, feast. Then wander to the courtyard, where students bask in the midday sun. So, picture yourself settling into this serene interlude, the castle wrapping you in its warmth like a soft blanket. Let the sounds of chatter and the rustle of leaves lull you, and close your eyes if you'd like as we step into this moment of calm. We begin in the great hall, its vastness somehow more intimate at midday. The enchanted ceiling above mirrors a clear blue sky, with a few fluffy clouds drifting lazily, as if inviting you to relax. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry marveled at the ceiling's magic, and you can feel that same awe now as you cross the threshold, the polished wooden floor smooth under your feet. The 4 house tables, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin, are alive with students, their voices a soft buzz, less hurried than at breakfast. The floating candles, dimmed in the daylight, flicker gently, their golden light blending with the sun streaming through the stained glass windows. Picture sliding onto a bench at your house table, the wood warm from the morning's use, the golden plates before you gleaming with promise. The air smells of fresh bread, roasted vegetables, and a hint of sweetness, perhaps from a tray of desserts waiting to be uncovered. The lunch spread is lighter than breakfast, but no less enchanting. Imagine platters of crusty sandwiches, their fillings bursting with flavor. Roast chicken with herb butter, sharp cheddar with chutney, or creamy egg salad sprinkled with magical herbs that sparkle faintly. Bowls of crisp salads glisten with vinaigrette, studded with tomatoes and cucumbers grown in the Hogwarts greenhouses. There are warm rolls, soft and steaming, with pats of butter melting into their crevices. Pitchers of chilled pumpkin juice glow in their goblets, their earthy sweetness a perfect complement to the meal, while jugs of sparkling water fizz softly, charmed to stay cold. For those craving something sweet, trays of treacle tarts, golden and sticky, sit alongside cauldron cakes, their chocolate shells hiding a gooey center. Pottermore notes that house elves craft these dishes with care, their magic ensuring every bite is a delight. Picture reaching for a sandwich, the bread crunching softly, the filling rich and savory. Hear the clink of a goblet as you pour juice, the faint fizz as it settles. What would you choose to savor from this midday feast? The great hall hums with a relaxed energy. At the Gryffindor table, students swap stories of morning classes, perhaps laughing about a feather that exploded in charms. In Goblet of Fire, Harry, Ron, and Hermione often lingered here, their conversations a mix of banter and plans, and you can imagine joining them now, your voice blending with theirs. Ravenclaws debate a new spell theory, their hands gesturing over plates, while a Hufflepuff shares a tart with a younger student, their kindness a quiet magic. Slytherins sit with a touch of poise, some discussing Quidditch strategies, their eyes flicking to the hourglasses tracking house points. The staff table, raised at the hall's end, is quieter now. Professor Dumbledore might be nibbling a sandwich, his eyes twinkling, while Professor McGonagall scans a parchment, her expression stern, but softened by the meal's calm. The house elves' invisible work keeps the tables full, their magic a gentle hum beneath the chatter. Feel the smooth rim of a goblet in your hand. Hear the soft scrape of a knife spreading butter. Smell the warm bread. This is a moment of connection where the castle feels like family. As lunch winds down, let's step outside to the courtyard where the midday sun invites a moment of rest. Picture walking through the entrance hall, the oak doors open to a stone courtyard framed by ancient arches. The grass is soft underfoot, dotted with clover and charmed to stay green year-round. A stone fountain bubbles at the center, its water sparkling, while old trees, oaks and willows, cast dappled shade. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry and his friends often retreated here to talk, and you can feel that same peace now. Students sprawl on the grass, some practicing minor spells, a wand sparking with a tiny light charm, while others play gobstones, the marbles squirting liquid when a point is lost. Pottermore describes gobstones as a game of strategy, like marbles, but with a magical twist, and you can hear the soft clack of stones, the giggle of a player dodging a spray. Imagine sitting on a stone bench, its surface cool but warmed by the sun, your bag resting beside you. The air smells of grass and blooming flowers, with a faint whiff of ink from a nearby student's homework. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves overhead, carrying the distant hoot of an owl or the laughter of friends. Some students read, their books propped open, while others toss a charmed ball that hovers before falling. The courtyard is a haven, a place to breathe between the morning's focus and the afternoon's lessons. Picture lying back on the grass, the blades soft against your hands, the sun warming your face. What game or quiet moment would you choose here? The castle's magic feels softer outside, woven into the earth and air, a reminder that Hogwarts is as much its grounds as its walls. As the sun climbs higher, the courtyard begins to empty, students drifting back to the castle for afternoon classes. Hear the soft crunch of grass underfoot, the murmur of voices fading as you rise, brushing off your robes. The great hall's warmth and the courtyard's serenity linger in your heart, carrying you forward. The castle's corridors await, ready to lead us to the dungeons or greenhouses where more magic unfolds. For now, let's pause, savoring the sunlight, the laughter, the quiet joy of this moment. Hogwarts holds you close, its rhythm guiding you gently into the rest of the day. As the warmth of the courtyard sun lingers on your skin and the laughter of the lunch break fades into a gentle memory, let's follow the castle's winding paths once more, drawn by the promise of afternoon lessons. The corridors of Hogwarts hum softly now, the midday light filtering through high windows, casting long shadows across the stone floors. Your robes brush against your legs, the faint rustle blending with the distant echo of footsteps and the murmur of students heading to class. Your wand, tucked in your pocket, perhaps made of hawthorn or vine, feels warm, ready for the magic ahead. The air shifts as we descend, carrying the cool dampness of the dungeons and the earthy scent of the greenhouses. Today, we're stepping into two very different worlds, the shadowy, precise realm of potions and the vibrant, living haven of herbology. So, settle into this moment. Let the castle's rhythm guide you, and imagine the bubble of a cauldron or the rustle of leaves wrapping you in their spell. Close your eyes if you'd like, and let's begin our afternoon at Hogwarts. We start in the dungeons, where the potions classroom awaits, its door heavy and iron-bound, creaking softly as you push it open. The air grows cooler, tinged with the sharp scent of simmering brews and the faint mustiness of stone. The room is dimly lit, torchlight flickering across low ceilings and rough-hewn walls, casting shadows that dance like secrets. Rows of wooden tables hold pewter cauldrons, their surfaces scarred from years of use, while shelves brim with jars of ingredients, dried lacewings, powdered asphodel, glistening beetle eyes. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry first entered this room under Severus Snape's piercing gaze, and you can feel that same intensity now, whether it's Snape or Professor Horace Slughorn at the front. Picture Slughorn today, his walrus-like mustache twitching, his velvet robes shimmering as he gestures to a bubbling cauldron. The room hums with quiet anticipation, the soft gurgle of potions mingling with the scratch of quills on parchment. The lesson is on brewing a swelling solution, a potion that causes anything it touches to grow. Slughorn's voice, warm but precise, explains the recipe. Pufferfish eyes, bat spleens, dried nettles, stirred counterclockwise. Picture your cauldron before you, its pewter surface cool, the potion inside simmering with a faint blue glow. You chop ingredients carefully, the knife's soft thud against the cutting board rhythmic, the nettles releasing a sharp herbal scent. As you stir, the potion bubbles gently, steam curling upward like a whisper. Some students succeed, their potions shimmering perfectly. Others falter, their brews fizzing or turning an alarming green, earning a raised eyebrow from Slughorn. In Half-Blood Prince, Harry excelled here with the Half-Blood Prince's notes, and you can imagine that focus now, your wand tracing a delicate arc to adjust the heat. Hear the soft plop of an ingredient hitting the liquid, the hiss of steam, the murmur of a classmate asking for a spare vial. Feel the smooth handle of the ladle, the weight of the cauldron grounding you. What potion would you dream of brewing in this shadowy space? The dungeon's atmosphere is intense but mesmerizing, its cool air a contrast to the warmth of the morning. The flickering torchlight casts patterns on the walls, like ripples in a potion. Slughorn's anecdotes, perhaps about a famous former student from his slug club, add a touch of warmth, his chuckle soft but resonant. Pottermore tells us Slughorn's love for comfort made his classes less severe than Snape's, and you can sense that now in the way he praises a well-mixed potion or offers a tip with a smile. The room feels alive with potential, each bubble and stir a step toward mastery. As the lesson ends, you clean your station, the clink of glass vials and the splash of water soothing, signaling a shift to the next class. Let's step out, the dungeon's chill lingering on your skin, and follow the corridor upward toward the light and warmth of the greenhouses. The path to the herbology greenhouses takes us outside, the castle doors opening to a breeze that carries the scent of earth and blooming plants. Picture crossing the grounds, the grass soft underfoot, the distant shimmer of the black lake catching your eye. The greenhouses glisten in the sunlight, their glass panes fogged with condensation, vines curling against the frames. Inside Greenhouse 1, where first year's work, Professor Pomona Sprout greets you with a warm smile, her patched hat askew, her robes dusted with soil. The air is humid, rich with the smell of damp earth, flowering plants, and a faint tang of fertilizer. Tables are crowded with pots, some trembling with magical plants, others sprouting mundane herbs that hum with quiet magic. In Chamber of Secrets, Harry and his classmates repotted mandrakes here, and you can feel that same hands-on energy now. Today's lesson is on puffapods, plump plants that burst into pink flowers when disturbed. Sprout's voice is gentle but firm, guiding you to repot them carefully, avoiding their seeds, which bloom instantly if dropped. Picture your hands in the soil, the earth cool and crumbly, the puffapod's leaves soft and velvety. As you work, a classmate's pot bursts into a cascade of flowers, their sweet scent filling the air, earning a laugh from Sprout. Hear the rustle of leaves, the soft thud of a trowel, the drip of water from a charmed watering can. The greenhouse is alive, vines swaying, plants whispering as if sharing secrets. Pottermore notes Sprout's deep care for her students, seen in Order of the Phoenix when she supplied plants for the resistance, and you can sense that nurturing spirit now, her encouragement like sunlight on the leaves. Imagine patting the soil around your puffapod, the earth grounding you, the warmth of the greenhouse wrapping you in comfort. What plant would you tend with such care? The greenhouse's humidity and light contrast the dungeon's shadows, yet both classes share Hogwarts magic, a blend of discipline and wonder. The sounds weave together, the bubble of a potion, the rustle of a plant, the soft voices of professors guiding you. As the lesson ends, you brush dirt from your hands, the faint grit satisfying, and step back into the sunlight. The castle calls us onward, its corridors ready to lead to the library or another adventure. For now, let's linger in the greenhouse's warmth, the scent of earth and flowers, a gentle lullaby, carrying us deeper into our Hogwarts day. As the warmth of the greenhouses and the cool shadows of the potions dungeon linger in your memory, the afternoon sun begins to dip, casting long golden rays across the Hogwarts grounds. The castle's rhythm slows now, the bustle of classes giving way to a quieter, more contemplative time. Picture your robes, lightly dusted with soil from herbology, swishing softly as you walk through a stone corridor, the air carrying the faint scent of old parchment and candle wax. Your bag, heavy with books and quills, rests against your shoulder, and your wand, perhaps made of ash or yew, sits warm in your pocket, a steady companion. The day's lessons have filled your mind with spells and secrets, and now the castle calls you to its heart of knowledge, the Hogwarts Library. This is a place of whispers, of rustling pages, of magic bound in leather and ink. So, let's step into this haven, where the quiet hum of learning wraps around you like a soft blanket. Settle into the moment, let the world fade, and imagine the glow of a lamp, the creak of a chair, and the gentle turn of a page. Close your eyes, if you'd like, and let the library's peace envelop you. The library door, heavy oak carved with intricate runes, creaks softly as you push it open, revealing a vast chamber that feels both grand and intimate. The air is cool, scented with the musty richness of old books and the faint polish of wooden shelves. Towering bookcases stretch toward a high vaulted ceiling, their dark wood gleaming under the soft glow of floating lanterns, each charmed to cast a warm golden light. In Chamber of Secrets, Hermione spent countless hours here, unraveling the mystery of the basilisk, and you can feel that same pull now, the lure of knowledge waiting to be discovered. The floor is carpeted in places, muffling your footsteps, while stone arches frame rows of tables, each cluttered with inkwells, quills, and stacks of parchment. The library is a sanctuary, its silence not heavy but inviting, broken only by the soft rustle of pages, the scratch of a quill, or the occasional whisper of students sharing notes. Picture finding a table near a tall, arched window, its panes letting in the fading light of evening, casting patterns across the polished wood. The window overlooks the Hogwarts grounds, where the Black Lake shimmers and the forbidden forest looms, its edges softening in the dusk. You set your bag down, the soft thud of books a comforting sound, and pull out a chair, its legs scraping gently against the floor. The chair is cushioned, worn soft by years of use, and you sink into it, feeling the wood's smooth grain under your fingers. Before you lies a book, perhaps Standard Book of Spells, Grade 1 by Miranda Goshawk, or a tome on magical creatures, its leather cover embossed with silver runes. The pages are thick, their edges yellowed, and as you open it, the faint crinkle of parchment fills the air, a sound as soothing as a lullaby. Imagine running your finger along the text, the ink dark and crisp, the words humming with the promise of magic. What book would you choose to lose yourself in? Here the library is alive with subtle magic. Some books rustle on their shelves, their pages fluttering as if eager to be read, while others snap shut if handled carelessly, a charm to protect their secrets. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry sneaked into the restricted section under his invisibility cloak, and you can imagine that section now, cordoned off by a velvet rope, its books chained and whispering faintly, their covers dark and worn. Madame Irma Pince, the librarian, patrols nearby, her hawk-like eyes scanning for mischief, her footsteps soft but deliberate. Pottermore describes her as fiercely protective, her quill always ready to note a damaged book, yet her presence adds to the library's order. It's quiet, a canvas for study. Picture her gliding past, her robes rustling, pausing to adjust a book with a gentle tap. The air carries the scent of her lavender perfume, mingling with the musty richness of the shelves, grounding you in this moment. Around you, students work in hushed harmony. A Ravenclaw scribbles furiously, their quill scratching out a charms essay, while a Hufflepuff flips through a herbology text, their fingers tracing illustrations of mandrakes. A Slytherin whispers to a friend, sharing a potion's recipe, their voices low to avoid Pince's glare. A Gryffindor, perhaps inspired by Hermione's diligence in Goblet of Fire, pores over a history of magic, their brow furrowed in concentration. The library is a place of focus, yet its calm invites wandering thoughts. Imagine dipping your quill in ink, the soft clink of the bottle, the smooth glide of the nib as you write. Hear the faint creak of a shelf as a book shifts, the distant flutter of a charmed page turning itself. The lanterns above dim slightly, their light softening as evening deepens, casting a cozy glow that feels like a hug from the castle itself. The library holds more than books. It's a keeper of Hogwarts' history. Shelves hide rare tomes, like Moste Potente potions, which Hermione borrowed in Chamber of Secrets to brew Polyjuice potion, its pages thick with dangerous recipes. Others contain spells long forgotten, or stories of the school's founders, their words preserved in fading ink. Pottermore tells us the library houses thousands of volumes, some so old they hum with magic, their bindings glowing faintly in the dark. Imagine finding a book that whispers your name, its cover warm to the touch, as if inviting you to open it. Would you dare explore its secrets or stick to safer texts? The library feels alive, its shelves a maze of knowledge, each book a door to a new spell or story. As you study, the sounds of the library weave a gentle tapestry, the scratch of quills, the rustle of pages, the soft creak of a chair as someone shifts. The air is cool but comforting, the scent of parchment and wax grounding you. A student nearby stifles a yawn, their book closing with a soft thud, while another whispers a question, their voice barely audible. The lanterns flicker, their light pooling on the table, illuminating Yoroka. Perhaps a diagram of a levitation charm or a list of potion ingredients. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry and his friends use the library to prepare for their OWLs, and you can feel that same focus now, tempered by the peace of the evening. The library is a place to learn, to dream, to let your mind wander through the pages of magic. As the hour grows late, the library begins to empty, students gathering their things with soft rustles and murmurs. Picture packing your bag, the weight of books satisfying, the quill tucked safely away. The window now shows a twilight sky, stars just beginning to peek through. The black lake, a dark mirror below. Madame Pince's footsteps fade as she retreats to her desk, her quill scratching faintly. The library's quiet deepens, its magic settling like dust, inviting you to linger. But the day calls us onward, to dinner in the great hall, where warmth and laughter await. For now, let's pause, savoring the library's peace, the scent of books, the glow of lanterns. Hogwarts holds you close, its knowledge a gentle lullaby, guiding you into the evening. As the quiet of the library lingers in your mind, the soft rustle of pages and the glow of lanterns fading like a gentle dream, the castle calls us back to its heart. The evening has settled over Hogwarts now, the sky outside deepening to a velvet blue, dotted with stars that twinkle through the high windows of the corridors. Your robes swish softly as you walk, the weight of your bag lighter now, its books and quills tucked away after a day of learning. The air carries the rich, savory scent of roasted meats and warm bread, drawing you toward the great hall where dinner awaits, a feast to end the day, a moment to gather with friends and housemates under the castle's enchanted glow. Picture your wand in your pocket, its wood, perhaps maple or ebony, warm against your fingers, a quiet reminder of the magic woven into this moment. Let's step into the hall, where candlelight and laughter create a tapestry of warmth, wrapping you like a soft blanket. Settle into this cozy evening. Let the world beyond fade, and imagine the clink of goblets, the hum of voices, and the glow of a starry ceiling. Close your eyes if you'd like, and let the great hall embrace you. The oak doors of the great hall stand open, their iron hinges gleaming in the torchlight, and as you cross the threshold, the room unfolds in all its grandeur. The enchanted ceiling above mirrors the night sky, a deep indigo sparkling with countless stars, as if the heavens have come to dine. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry gazed up at this ceiling in wonder, and you can feel that same awe now, the vastness softened by the warmth of the hall. Hundreds of candles float overhead, their golden flames steady, casting a gentle glow across the 4 long house tables: Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin, each alive with students, their voices a lively hum. The polished wooden floor reflects the light, and the stone walls, draped with house banners, seem to pulse with the castle's magic. At the far end, the staff table sits on its raised platform, where professors converse quietly, their robes a mosaic of colors against the stone backdrop. Picture sliding onto a bench at your house table, the wood warm and smooth, worn by generations of feasts. The golden plates before you gleam, empty for now but shimmering with the promise of magic. The air is rich with aromas, the savory warmth of roast beef, the buttery scent of mashed potatoes, the sweet tang of treacle pudding. House elves, unseen in the kitchens below, work their quiet magic, and with a soft shimmer, the tables fill with a feast that rivals any Hogwarts banquet. In Goblet of Fire, the Great Hall hosted lavish dinners for the Triwizard Tournament, and tonight's meal carries that same sense of abundance. Platters of roast beef, sliced thick and glistening, sit beside bowls of creamy mashed potatoes, flecked with chives grown in the greenhouses. Golden Yorkshire puddings, puffed and crisp, are paired with tureens of rich gravy steaming gently. There are roasted vegetables, carrots, parsnips, and sprouts, glazed with honey, their colors vibrant. Pitchers of pumpkin juice, chilled and glowing orange, stand next to goblets of sparkling elderflower cordial, charmed to fizz softly. For dessert, trays of treacle pudding, warm and sticky, sit alongside cauldron cakes and custard tarts, their surfaces dusted with shimmering sugar. Pottermore tells us house elves craft these dishes with love, their magic ensuring every bite is a comfort. Imagine reaching for a slice of roast, the knife gliding smoothly, the meat tender and savory. Hear the soft clink of a goblet, the faint fizz of juice, the scrape of a spoon against a pudding bowl. What dish would you savor most at this magical feast? The great hall buzzes with the energy of evening, a mix of camaraderie and light-hearted rivalry. At the Gryffindor table, students laugh over a story, perhaps a mishap in potions where a swelling solution went awry. their voices bright and warm. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry, Ron, and Hermione shared moments like these, their banter a thread through their Hogwarts days, and you can imagine joining them now, your laughter mingling with theirs. Ravenclaws discuss a new spell, their hands gesturing over plates, while one student sketches a rune on a napkin, lost in thought. Hufflepuffs pass dishes with smiles, their table a hub of kindness, as someone offers a younger student an extra tart, their generosity a quiet magic. Slytherins sit with a touch of elegance, some debating Quidditch tactics, others eyeing the hourglasses near the staff table, where ruby, sapphire, emerald, and topaz gems track house points. In Philosopher's Stone, these hourglasses fueled fierce competition, and you can feel that spark now, softened by the evening's warmth. Picture the hourglasses glinting, their gems catching the candlelight, a reminder of the day's efforts. The staff table adds its own quiet presence. Professor Dumbledore, his silver beard shimmering, sips pumpkin juice, his eyes twinkling as he listens to Professor Flitwick's animated tale, the small charms professor gesturing with a fork. Professor McGonagall, her tartan robes crisp, cuts her roast with precision, her sharp gaze softening as she glances at her Gryffindors. Professor Sprout, soil still dusting her robes, chuckles over a story, while Professor Slughorn, ever jovial, raises a goblet in a toast, his voice carrying faintly. In Half-Blood Prince, Slughorn's return brought a warmth to the staff table, and you can sense it now, their presence grounding the hall's energy. The house elves' magic keeps the tables full, plates refilling with a shimmer, goblets never running dry. Imagine the weight of a fork in your hand, the savory warmth of a bite, the soft hum of voices around you. Would you join the laughter or savor the meal in quiet reflection? The hall's sounds weave a comforting tapestry, the clink of cutlery, the murmur of conversation, the occasional laugh rising above the hum. The candles above flicker, their light pooling on the table, illuminating your plate, where a tart's sugar sparkles like stardust. The enchanted ceiling shifts, stars twinkling brighter as night deepens, mirroring the world outside. The air carries the warmth of roasted meats, the sweetness of pudding, and a faint ozone of magic, as if a spell lingers nearby. In Chamber of Secrets, Dumbledore's speeches often close dinners, and you can imagine him now, standing to offer a brief word, his voice calm and resonant, perhaps a reminder to avoid the third-floor corridor. The hall feels like a family, its rivalries softened by shared food and stories, its magic binding you to this moment. As dinner winds down, plates begin to vanish, cleared by house elf magic with a soft shimmer. Students linger, some finishing desserts, others whispering plans for the evening. The candles dim slightly, their glow softer, signaling the day's end. Picture savoring one last sip of juice, the goblet cool in your hand, the flavor sweet and grounding. The great hall's warmth stays with you as you rise, your robes rustling, ready to return to your common room or dormitory. The castle's rhythm carries us forward toward the quiet of bedtime, where Hogwarts will sing you to sleep. For now, let's pause, wrapped in the hall's glow, the laughter and light, a gentle lullaby, guiding us into the night. As the warmth of the great hall's dinner fades into a comforting glow, the taste of treacle pudding lingering on your tongue, the castle settles into the quiet embrace of night. The corridors of Hogwarts are softer now, the torchlight dimmed, casting gentle shadows that dance across the stone walls. Your robes swish faintly as you walk, your bag slung over your shoulder, its weight lighter now that the day's lessons are done. The air carries the cool scent of stone and the faint sweetness of candle wax, mingling with the distant hum of the castle's magic. Your wand, tucked in your pocket, perhaps crafted of willow or holly, feels warm, a steady companion as you make your way to your house dormitory. This is the moment when Hogwarts becomes a haven, its dormitories a place to rest, to reflect, to drift into dreams. So, settle into this final chapter of our day. Let the world beyond fade completely, and imagine the soft creak of a bed, the flicker of moonlight, and the castle's gentle lullaby wrapping around you. Close your eyes, if you'd like, and let's step into the dormitories, where Hogwarts sings you to sleep. Each house's dormitory is a world unto itself, a reflection of its spirit, and we'll visit them all to find the one that feels like home. First, picture yourself as a Gryffindor, climbing the spiral staircase to the tower dormitory. The fat lady's portrait swings open with a soft creak, her voice drowsy as she murmurs the password, perhaps Fortuna Major, from Prisoner of Azkaban. Inside, the Gryffindor dormitory is a cozy sanctuary, its circular room bathed in the warm glow of a dying fire. Heavy scarlet curtains hang around four-poster beds, their gold-trimmed canopies swaying faintly, as if stirred by the castle's breath. The air smells of wood smoke and polished oak, with a hint of parchment from a forgotten essay. The windows offer views of the starry grounds, the forbidden forest, a dark silhouette. Picture sinking into your bed, the mattress soft, the blankets thick and warm, their fibers brushing your skin. In Philosopher's Stone, Harry found comfort here after years of neglect, and you can feel that same sense of belonging now. Hear the faint crackle of the fire, the soft snores of a housemate, perhaps Ron, notorious for his snoring in Order of the Phoenix, and the distant hoot of an owl. The room feels alive, its warmth a hug from Gryffindor's brave heart. Now, let's drift to Ravenclaw Tower, high above the castle, where the dormitory sparkles with an ethereal calm. The bronze eagle knocker has let you in after a riddle. Perhaps, what gets wetter the more it dries? A towel, of course. Inside, the room is airy and open, its domed ceiling painted with stars that glow faintly, mirroring the night sky. Blue and bronze curtains drape the four-poster beds, their silk shimmering in the moonlight streaming through wide windows. The air carries the crisp scent of lavender and old books, a nod to Ravenclaw's love of knowledge. Bookshelves line the walls, their volumes whispering softly, as if sharing secrets in the dark. In Deathly Hallows, Luna Lovegood's connection to this house shone through, and you can sense that intellectual peace now. Picture climbing into bed, the sheets cool and smooth, the mattress cradling you. Hear the faint rustle of a page turning itself, the soft creak of a window pane in the breeze. The stars above seem to wink, inviting dreams of wisdom. What riddle would you hope to solve to rest here? Next, we descend to the Hufflepuff dormitory, nestled near the kitchens, in a cozy, burrow-like space. You tap the correct barrel in a specific rhythm, avoiding the vinegar spray of a wrong choice, and step into a warm, rounded room. The low ceiling is lined with wooden beams, and circular windows spill moonlight across a floor dotted with plush rugs. Potted plants glow faintly, their leaves swaying as if breathing, filling the air with the scent of earth and blooming flowers. Yellow and black curtains hang around sturdy four-poster beds, their quilts patched with love, inviting you to sink in. Pottermore describes this as the coziest dormitory, a reflection of Hufflepuff's loyalty, and you can feel that warmth now. Picture pulling back the covers, the fabric soft against your hands, the mattress sinking just enough to feel like a hug. Hear the soft hum of a plant rustling, the faint clink of a glass left on a bedside table, the murmur of a housemate whispering goodnight. The room feels like a home. It's quiet, a gentle embrace. What plant would you keep by your bed in this earthy haven? Finally, let's slip into the Slytherin dormitory, hidden beneath the black lake in the castle's dungeons. A whispered password opens the stone wall, revealing a long, low chamber bathed in the greenish glow of the lake's light filtering through arched windows. Silver and green curtains drape the sleek four-poster beds, their frames carved with serpentine motifs. The air is cool, scented with the briny tang of lake water and the polish of dark wood. In Chamber of Secrets, Harry and Ron glimpsed this room's elegance, and you can feel its mystery now. Picture climbing into bed, the silk sheets smooth and cool, the mattress firm but inviting. Hear the gentle lapping of water against the windows, where shadows of fish drift by, perhaps even a mer person's silhouette. The faint crackle of a green-tinged fire adds warmth, its light dancing across the stone walls. The room is quiet, its silence profound, like the depths of the lake, inviting reflection. What ambition would you dream of in this secretive space? In each dormitory, the night unfolds with gentle rituals. Picture students whispering about the day, perhaps a charm spell that finally worked, or a puffapod that bloomed perfectly. Some read by wandlight, the soft glow of Lumos casting shadows, while others scribble last-minute notes, their quills scratching faintly. In Order of the Phoenix, Harry's dormitory talks were a refuge, and you can imagine that now, the soft murmur of voices lulling you. The beds are enchanted to be just right, their mattresses molding to your form, the blankets heavy and warm. The castle itself seems to hush, its creaks and sighs a lullaby. Feel the weight of the day slip away, the softness of the pillow under your head, the faint scent of lavender or lake water. Hear the distant chime of a clock, the castle settling into silence. As you drift towards sleep, the magic of Hogwarts wraps around you. The stars outside, the fires crackle, the lakes lapping, all blend into a song that carries you to dreams. This day at Hogwarts, from the common room's warmth to the great hall's feasts, from classrooms to corridors, has been a journey of wonder, and now it ends here, in the quiet of your bed. Picture the moonlight spilling through your window, the curtains swaying gently. Let your eyes grow heavy, your breath slow, as the castle sings you to sleep. Sweet dreams, my magical friends, until we wander these halls again. Perhaps next time we'll explore the Forbidden Forest's shadows or the secrets of Hogsmeade. For now, rest, wrapped in Hogwarts' embrace.